Hello everybody and welcome back to another quilted cow sewing tutorial. I'm your host for the day, Stacy, and we are going to be working on Helpful Heifer table topper number 13. But before we get started on that, I'd like to give a quick shout out and thank you to our sponsors, Husqvarna Viking, Wilmington Prince, and Creative Grids Rulers, Cutters, and Mats. Let's begin. Everybody, we are going to be working on this beautiful table topper, Helpful Heifer number 13. And it is going to be a really great fun project to get you working on some new angles, some 45-degree angles. This is going to be a really good beginner-friendly to moderate-friendly project, and it's really great for any of your table needs. So if you want to find this kit, make sure that you go to our website for it. And we are going to be doing this really beautiful floral line, the Wilmington Fabrics Green Fields. This is a really beautiful foliage fabric line. It's going to look perfect on any of your end tables. And this is a quick and easy project. It's got half square triangles in it, which you can see our half square triangle YouTube tutorial on our YouTube account. And first step is to make your half square triangles. I've already done that, but you're going to make 4 half square triangles and then you're going to piece them together in 2 sets like this. I've already pieced one, so I'm going to go ahead and piece the second set for you now. And I'm just going to lay out my fabric so that I know I'm getting my pinwheel whenever I piece it all together. So that's right there. So now I'm going to lay these fabrics right sides together. And when you're pressing, you'll see that you can nest those seams right up together, which is going to give you that really nice crisp point when you turn it right sides out. All right, so I have stitched that together using a 1/4 inch seam, and now I'm going to press my seam. Now you want your seams to butt up next to each other. So I'm going to press this one to the right because I pressed the other to the left. After that's pressed, I'm just going to lay it right next to my fabric. So now you can start to see that pinwheel coming together. So I'm going to lay those fabrics right sides together and I'm going to clip them in place so that there's no movement. Now I have stitched that 1/4 inch seam and I'm going to go ahead and press that seam. I'm going to press it open to decrease any kind of bulkiness. So now we have our center pinwheel block. That is going to be that beautiful center of our table topper. The next step is we're going to attach each of these triangles to one of the raw edges. We're going to start with sewing across from each other first. So I'm just going to lay this one down and I'm going to clip it in place. I like to clip both of my sides at once to kind of save time on a project. So I'm just going to pin or clip both of those. And we're going to stitch a 1/4 inch along each of these sides, and then we'll attach the opposite sides to it as well. After you attach each side, you're going to want to press those triangles away from the center pinwheel, and then you can attach the second 2 pieces. So now I'm just taking those 2 triangles that are left over and I'm going to line them up. I like to make sure that my point is lining up with this seam right here, and that way you know that it's going to be nice and straight whenever you flip it over and everything's going to be in its place. And now I'm just going to go ahead and stitch a 1/4 inch along both of those seams. And now we've attached the last 2 triangle points to our topper. We're going to go ahead and press those away from the topper center pinwheel. And now we're going to attach those borders. Now I don't cut my 45-degree angles until after I've already attached the topper, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. For me, it's a lot easier and I can be even more precise whenever I'm piecing my topper together if I wait to trim at the end. And our Creative Grids rulers are perfect for 45-degree angle trimming, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do those. So these are my border strips. I'm going to just go ahead and attach one to each of these top long edges. And I'm going to do just like I did with the triangles. I'm going to attach one to each opposite side, press seams open, and then attach them over here. And then whenever I'm done doing that, I'll show you how to trim those angles. All right, I'm just pressing in between my steps. Always good to press as you go. Make sure that your project is nice and precise. All of these table toppers are so great. They're so fast to make, and there's so many different varieties of them. You can choose whatever style you like for your house. But this one I think is beautiful because it's perfect for a round tabletop. And as you see, as I'm overlaying this, I am overlaying it on each corner about 3/4 of an inch on each side. And that's going to be key whenever you're sewing and cutting those 45-degree angles. That overlap is going to keep you safe. I'm going to go ahead and stitch and I'll be back. Now that I've got those sewn, I'm going to press. You guys knew it. I'm going to say it. We're going to go ahead and press because we've got to press in between each step. And then it's my favorite part, that 45-degree angle. I love learning those new tips and tricks on how to cut things and using my tools. Those Creative Grids rulers are amazing. They're really going to help you. They have half square triangle Creative Grids rulers that you can use to square your half square triangles up with. Flying geese rulers, you name it, they've got it. So now that we are fully pieced, I'm going to go ahead and get my big Creative Grids ruler and show you exactly how we're going to trim up those 45-degree angles. So on your ruler, if you can see, there's these two lines here and they both say 45 degrees on them. And then you see this point section where they cross. That point section you're going to want to put into this corner section here when you're cutting. So I'm going to show you that now. I'm just going to line that up. And what's really great is you're going to line those two 45-degree lines right along your topper. So it's even showing you if your project is square. And mine's looking pretty good, so I'm pretty excited about that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and trim it up. This is so exciting whenever you start seeing your project take shape. It starts getting fun. Then all that's left is how are you going to quilt it and how are you going to bind it. And if you have any questions on how to bind, we have a really great binding tutorial that our host Reese made. It's really, really good. Go ahead and check that one out. That'll show you all the ways that you can do. And each time I'm just lining it up in my corner section there with those long lines going along my square, and then I'm trimming it at that 1/4 inch seam. And there you have a beautiful table topper that's ready to be quilted and bound. And remember that you can get this kit at thequiltedcow.com. It has everything that you need to make in it. It's got your batting, your fabric, your instructions. It's all in there and it's really great. And you can get that at thequiltedcow.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to us. And we will see you all again next time.
Okay, you wicked cool quilters, good job. You made it to the end. We would like to thank our sponsors, Husqvarna Viking Sewing Machines, Creative Grids, rulers, rotary cutters, and mats, and Wilmington Prints for the beautiful fabrics. Thanks for watching.